Okay, this is part 2 of theories surrounding Charlie Kirk's assassination. I'm going to start out where we left off with this SUV that pulls up to Tyler Robinson. I want to know about this situation, and I want a good explanation. And we need to identify who this SUV was. And if nothing happened, they just happened to be pulling over to play with their cell phone while he was standing there, cool. But we need to hear from the people that pulled over. This is definitely a findable vehicle. So here we are the morning of the shooting. Tyler is in his jeans and his shirt. Allegedly, the rifle's stuffed down his pants. He's got the limp going on. He's making his way to the university. Of course, this is maddening because we're dealing with grainy video, the source of all things conspiracy theory. And this full-size SUV stops to speak with him, or signal him, or tell him something. They seem to know each other. Slows down, looks at Tyler, drives away. Nobody will touch this. What is this? I don't like it. Someone needs to get to the bottom of what that is, what's going on there. The alleged shooter just continues on his way to the school. That meeting up with the SUV was odd. It looks like a early 2020, mid-2020 GMC full-size SUV, like a Yukon. It's sort of like a Suburban. It's the GMC rebadge. I think that's what the vehicle is. I could be mistaken. Someone really needs to look into that and have an answer for us. The text messages are a problem. No one believes these young people talk like this. Most 50-year-olds don't talk like this. The text messages are kind of incredible. There's no timestamps on them. They've been doctored. You know, it's transposed or reconstructed, however they want to say it. But these are kind of ridiculous as evidence. I have a big problem that they do not show us the proper text messages with timestamps, which tells you they have a big problem showing us the proper text messages with timestamps. So that's not good at all, and it's practically a worthless piece of information to us. Okay, so if you listen to me or you know I'm not into a lot of this trans stuff and all that. I don't hate anybody, but it's just my opinion. But I wish no harm on anyone or ill will or nothing like that. And I love having conversations with people in those communities when I can. I'm very curious, and I am honest to them that I'm curious, and I do not condescend them. That being said, this is supposed to be Antifa, Transtifa, furry culture. When you go on these Discord servers, there were kids on this Discord server that were praying for the shooter to repent, praying for the Kirk family. All of them were saying it was sad. Not one of the Transtifa, Antifa furries allegedly in his Discord server celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk. And that is so weird because they really, if you look up half the middle-aged women on the left, they're celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. So these freaks aren't celebrating it. And Tyler Robinson, the weirdest part about him was his kind of boyfriend was a transy furry pajamas guy. Aside from that, Tyler Robinson was an outdoorsman. He was going out hiking a lot, camping. He has a reputation of a likable person. So it's very strange that we have a shooter who's well-liked in the community. He kept his relationship with his lover a secret from his folks, so there wasn't a lot of acrimony around that, as far as we can tell. So what's released to us and what's being presented to us is much different than what was really happening. And it's very disturbing. You can just go in and see these guys, what I just showed, praying for Charlie Kirk's family and stuff. There are some acrimonious messages in other places, and we're going to address those next. But it's very strange that this isn't presented front and center, that there were some kind of normal reactions to news like this. It's much different than the narrative the government is presenting to us, and I don't like it. So the messages that were pretty crazy that have been presented to us, one is from Nadra Galves. I don't know how to say that. It says, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. A few minutes later, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow with a grinning dog. Another user, appears to be a trans user, says Charles James Kirk, Mr. College Dropout, does not know what's coming tomorrow. Be ready. This isn't a threat, it's a promise. 4 blue hearts. User on X says, well, that's that. It's in response to, you guys have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. It looks bad, and hopefully they're truly investigating it, because from what we've seen of the investigation, no one's really satisfied. Let's get into the weeds now of the shooting and alternative shooters. This is a Chicago Arms palm pistol. It can shoot a .30 caliber round. There's a theory out there, and it says that this guy used a palm pistol to shoot Charlie Kirk up close in the throat. Now, we're not going to see Charlie get hurt, but you're going to hear him say gang violence. You're going to hear the gunshot. You're going to hear the crowd. So there is that, and you're going to see this guy. This video is incredibly compelling, but I do not think this man did it. The reason why I go over this theory is because the way he's moving his hands, the way everything looks, the timing is perfect that it looks believable. It's ridiculous. They can identify who this guy is, so if he's the one, we're gonna get him. Maybe he was a security guy and he's carrying one, but he didn't do it, right? But anyway, here we go.
Gang violence. Great.
I'll play it again, but I mean, how crazy is that? Timing is perfect. It looks like he's even smiling. I think he was joking with someone next to him, and he's just smiling from that. The shot happens. It takes him by surprise. He jumps the fence. He's in a lot of videos helping out and helping Charlie into the SUV. We're going to play this a few times in a row. The timing is crazy. It looks like this could be the guy if there wasn't so much else around here. If they just released this and said this was it, people would believe it. It's just that compelling. Because the man's so recognizable, I'm pretty sure TPUSA knows who he is. The FBI will know who he is. But here's the video a few times in a row. It's crazy.
Gang violence. Great. Gang violence. Great. Gang violence. Great. Gang violence. Great.
It's just bananas how good that is. But like I said, we'll be able to get him if that's the guy. It shows how we can confuse something in all this chaos. This is one of the more compelling alternative narratives. And frankly, if we didn't have to work off grainy video and we actually believed our government, we wouldn't have this discussion. But we just don't believe our government anymore. The theory that Charlie Kirk was killed by an exploding lapel microphone. I mean, this is driven by the pagers scandal years ago when intelligence operatives, people mostly blame Mossad, but intelligence operatives overseas, they use pagers to blow up different Hezbollah supporters. So that legacy is back to fuel that Charlie's road mic that's on his right side above the F in freedom. You can see it there. Blew up through his neck. I don't believe this. I don't think it's very compelling, the case people make. One thing I will say is they use palm pistol guy, and I told you, I showed you how crazy the timing of that was. So instead of when he would pull the trigger on the palm pistol, they're saying he hits a switch and blows up the mic. So hopefully they can identify that guy and just, clear the air of these things. But this is a theory going out there. I don't find it very compelling, but I don't make fun of people for doing any of this stuff. The bottom line is if we trusted our government and they didn't feed us a bunch of garbage, we wouldn't even engage in this. There was a lot of talk about drones being in the area when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I don't believe anyone had the right to fly drones. They were restricted.
And the university did not give us the okay to use our drone because I wanted a cool aerial shot of the whole event.
Yeah.
And I had this split second, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. But then I was like, nah, I don't want to get Turning Point USA in trouble. I want to respect the rules. But I just keep thinking if I had put up my drone, there is a good chance I would have caught him or at least distracted him.
And there is a video going around saying there's a bunch of drones, but I've watched several of them. Literally, they picked up bugs and birds. If you get a video of a drone, I want to see the drone props. I want to hear the buzzing. So the drone videos, not very compelling. I would totally believe some, agency was flying a drone somewhere to see what's going on, but nothing compelling about drones has been seen. The one thing I will say is this is a clip from Crowdsource the Truth. I don't agree with his drone stuff, but he has an excellent capture of the report of the rifle shot. You won't see Charlie get hurt. I don't like to show that. But this is supposed to be a 30-06, and all the videos I've seen, the rifle sounds like a snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie sound, not a 30-06. This captures the proper sound of a 30-06, so here's what it sounded like, for real.
Above the tent, so it would be in the camera. Made us move. What was that?
That sounds a lot more like a 30-06. We'll play it a few times in succession. So there will always be debate over the destructive power and how it stayed in Charlie, but at least we have a sound that can sound like a 30-06. And I hate to say it, but I think they're flooding the zone. I think we're getting flooded with a lot of garbage, and it looks very bad to me. And there's a lot of rumors that the FBI is pressuring authorities in Utah to make this closed, like case closed already, which they don't have enough to convict Tyler Robinson as far as I can tell. So it looks terrible. The theory of Charlie Kirk getting shot from behind, pretty compelling, kind of like the palm pistol guy with the timing and everything. But I think, again, we're working with degraded video, and we got a lot of artifacting, and there's bugs and stuff flying around. So people are saying, oh, look, a bullet, probably one of these bugs like the drone guy picked up. But I still encourage people, keep working at it. If you're solid on that's your theory, keep going, because, I feel like I said, they're flooding the zone. So we never know when something might be useful, because we'll get better footage, they'll admit to something, we'll find a new piece of evidence, and then different pieces will fit better. So no one should be discouraging anyone from working on it. There's definitely bullcrap out there. You just got to be grown up about it. We're going to do one more video on this that's going to follow Destiny's group. It's on F America, and they were chasing Charlie's Turning Point around from event to event. And one of them was speaking to Charlie when he got shot, so we're going to check all that out. So look out for that soon.